Jai Gurudev. So, in what ways can the daily discipline of Sandhya Vandanam stabilize a founder's mind amid startup chaos? Yeah, Gurudev, yes, Sandhya Vandanam, a structured practice performed at dawn, noon, and dusk, anchors practitioners in mindfulness and rhythm. Startup founders face erratic schedules and constant crises as portrayed repeatedly in Silicon Valley. Regular Sandhya Vandanam cultivates calm and mental clarity by providing consistent pauses for reflection and grounding. This discipline builds resilience against stress and impulsivity, enabling founders to maintain focus and emotional balance. The ritual connects one to cosmic cycles, promoting harmony between inner and outer worlds, which is crucial for sustaining creativity and wise decision making. Amidst relentless business pressures, how can Padma Sadhana help founders nurture their creativity and emotional intelligence? Padma Sadhana activates subtle energy centers linked to intuition, creativity, and emotional balance. Founders in Silicon Valley often face emotional turmoil and creative blocks under pressure. This practice deepens self awareness and opens channels for inspired thinking. Enhanced emotional intelligence improves interpersonal dynamics, allowing leaders to empathize and communicate effectively. Padma Sadhana thus supports not only innovative problem solving, but also fosters compassionate leaderships, vital for cultivating motivated teams and adaptive cultures. Its holistic benefits empower entrepreneurs to sustain both mental agility and emotional resilience in a volatile environment. How does the Agni ritual prepare founders psychologically and spiritually for radical innovation and risk taking? Agni fire purifies and symbolizes transformation, fostering readiness to face uncertainty with courage. Founders must shed limiting beliefs and attachments to past successes or failures, a psychological hurdle frequently depicted in Silicon Valley. This ritual invokes divine strength to burn away fear and inertia, energizing bold decision making spiritually. It aligns one with the higher principles, balancing ambition with ethical integrity by reinforcing mental clarity and spiritual resolve. Agni Karyam equips founders to take calculated risks and innovate fearlessly while remaining grounded in purpose and values. How does Shakti Kriya Yoga enhance physical stamina and mental focus during demanding product launches? Kriya Yoga integrates breath, movement, and meditation to boost vitality and calm the mind. The grueling timelines and high stakes of product launches in Silicon Valley demand sustained energy and sharp focus. This practice revitalizes the nervous system, alleviating stress induced fatigue. It improves concentration, reduces anxiety, and harmonizes body and mind, enabling founders and teams to perform optimally under pressure. By maintaining holistic health, entrepreneurs avoid burnout and enhance creativity and decision making, critical for navigating the intense demands of startup life. The series shows founders often facing ethical dilemmas under pressure. How can the disciplined learning through Gayatri Japa and mantra chanting guide ethical decision making? Gayatri Japa fosters clarity and purity of thought, crucial when navigating ethical crossroads seen in Silicon Valley. Chanting sharpens intellect and aligns inner values with the higher wisdom, enabling founders to weigh choices beyond short term gains. It cultivates discernment, helping leaders act with integrity despite external pressures. Regular mantra practice calms mental turbulence, allowing clearer perception and consequences, and a compassionate approach to stakeholders. This spiritual foundation supports sustainable success built on trust, transparency, and responsibility, countering tendencies toward shortcuts or compromises in high stakes scenarios. How can the collective energy of satsangs contribute to overcoming communication breakdowns and mistrust common in tech startups? Satsangs bring individuals together to share wisdom and vibrational harmony, dissolving barriers of mistrust and ego. In Silicon Valley, miscommunication often fractures teams. Satsangs create safe spaces, fostering openness, active listening, and mutual respect. The spiritual gathering raises group consciousness, encouraging empathy and cooperation. As founders and teams experience collective calm and clarity, they break habitual patterns of conflict and misunderstanding. Over time, satsangs nurture trust and unity, essential for collaborative innovation and resilient team culture in a competitive, high pressure startup environment. How can the practice of Trikal Sandhya bring rhythm and order to the chaotic lifestyle of entrepreneurs? Trikal Sandhyas structured prayers at dawn, noon, and dusk anchor practitioners to the natural cycles of time, promoting discipline and inner balance. Entrepreneurs in Silicon Valley face erratic hours and constant stress. Integrating Trikal Sandhya introduces mindfulness and a steady rhythm into their daily routine, helping regulate energy and emotions. This alignment with the cosmic time reduces burnout and enhances mental clarity. It cultivates resilience by providing moments of reflection and grounding, empowering founders to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively in a rapidly changing environment. How can the ritual of Upanayam serve as a metaphor for founders entering the study of entrepreneurship with the responsibility? Upanayam symbolizes initiation into lifelong learning and ethical responsibility. Founders often leap into entrepreneurship with enthusiasm but may lack deeper preparedness. As shown in Silicon Valley, this rite reminds them to embrace discipline, study not just of technology but of leadership, ethics, and self awareness. It calls for commitment to personal growth and service to society through their ventures. Viewing entrepreneurship as sacred study encourages humility, continuous improvement, and respect for the broader impact of their work, balancing ambition with wisdom. How do the practices of Agnikaram and Homas foster the ability to let go of attachments and embrace change, which is vital for startup pivots? Agnikaram's fire symbolizes burning away attachments and old patterns, echoing the necessity of pivots in Silicon Valley. Founders often struggle to let go of failed ideas or ego investments. Homas purify mental and emotional blocks, fostering openness to new possibilities. These rituals build inner courage to face uncertainty without fear. Spiritually, they connect practitioners to transformative energy, enabling resilient adaptation by ritualizing letting go. Founders cultivate detachment from outcomes, freeing creativity and innovation essential for responding dynamically to market shifts. How does Guru Puja help leaders overcome ego and develop gratitude towards mentors and collaborators? Guru Puja emphasizes reverence and surrender to wisdom beyond oneself. Founders like those in Silicon Valley sometimes resist advice due to ego. This ritual nurtures humility, helping leaders appreciate mentorship and diverse perspectives. It fosters gratitude, recognizing that success is a collective, not solitary. Regular Guru Puja encourages openness, patience, and respect, vital for learning and relationship building. This spiritual grounding tempers arrogance, enabling leaders to grow from challenges and foster healthy, supportive ecosystems, crucial for sustainable success. How can the discipline of Sandhya Vandanam support emotional regulation during intense moments such as funding crunches? Sandhya Vandanam's ritualistic pauses invite mindfulness and self awareness during the day's transitions. Funding crisis in Silicon Valley bring high anxiety and pressure. Practicing Sandhya Vandanam centers the mind and soothes the emotions, preventing rash decisions. Its rhythmic nature encourages consistent mental hygiene, strengthening resilience. Founders gain the ability to maintain calm and clarity under stress, promoting strategic thinking rather than reactive panic. The practice integrates spiritual connection and practical discipline, enhancing leadership capacity amidst chaos. How can the advanced practice of Padma Sadhana deepen creativity and visionary thinking for product development? Padma Sadhana activates subtle energy centers, highlighting and heightening intuition and creative insight. Silicon Valley's tech innovations demand visionary thinking beyond technical skills. This practice nurtures a deep inner stillness, allowing novel ideas to surface organically. It also balances emotional fluctuations, creating fertile mental space for innovation. Founders practicing Padma Sadhana cultivate receptivity to inspiration and strategic foresight, crucial for anticipating market needs and creative breakthrough products. It harmonizes mental sharpness with a heart centered leadership, driving innovation with empathy and purpose. How does Shakti Kriya Yoga support physical and mental stamina during grueling startup sprints? Shakti Kriya Yoga combines breath work, movement, and meditation to revitalize body and mind. Startup sprints, as shown in Silicon Valley, demand high spirit, high energy, and focus under tight deadlines. This practice boosts oxygen flow, reduces stress, and enhances concentration, sustaining endurance through intense work phases. It also clears mental fatigue and emotional overwhelm, fostering balance. Founders and teams gain vitality and calm presence, improving decision making and creativity. Regular practice prevents burnout, promoting sustainable performance, essential for long term entrepreneurial success. How does the integration of spiritual practices like mantra chanting and pujas and homas contribute to holistic leadership in tech startups? Mantra chanting and pujas cultivate mental clarity and emotional balance and ethical grounding. In Silicon Valley, founders face rapid growth and ethical dilemmas. These spiritual practices offer a steady influence. They deepen self awareness, helping leaders act from values rather than impulse. Pujas invoke positive energies that enhance team morale and collective intention. Together, they foster holistic leadership, combining technical acumen with emotional intelligence and spiritual insight. This integrative approach supports sustainable innovation, compassionate management, and a positive organizational culture that withstands pressure and change. In Silicon Valley, competition breeds intense pressure. How can the Art of Living's Sudarshan Kriya help founders manage this stress effectively? Sudarshan Kriya is a powerful rhythmic breathing technique that harmonizes the body, mind, and emotions in the high pressure environment of Silicon Valley, where founders face constant deadlines and competition. It reduces anxiety and stress by balancing the autonomic nervous system. The technique promotes clarity and calmness, enabling better decision making under pressure. Practicing Sudarshan Kriya daily enhances resilience, reduces burnout risk, and fosters emotional stability. It empowers entrepreneurs to maintain focus and creativity while navigating the volatile startup landscape, turning stress into productive energy rather than a debilitating force. How can the wisdom from His Holiness Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankar Jesus' books inspire ethical innovation in technology? Gurudev's teachings emphasize service, compassion, and self awareness, values essential for ethical innovation. In Silicon Valley, technological breakthroughs can sometimes neglect social impact. His wisdom encourages innovators to create solutions benefiting humanity, not just profit. The books guide founders to align innovation with a higher purpose, fostering empathy towards users and society. This perspective cultivates responsible technology development, addressing real needs and minimizing harm. Incorporating spiritual principles from Gurudev's works helps balance rapid growth with ethical considerations, promoting long-term sustainability and positive transformation through tech. Many characters in Silicon Valley struggle with ego clashes. How can the practice of chanting shlokas help mitigate ego driven conflicts? Chanting shlokas involves rhythmic recitation that centers the mind and cultivates humility. Ego clashes in Silicon Valley disrupt teamwork and innovation. Regular shloka chanting calms mental turbulence, reducing pride and impulsiveness. It fosters respect and patience, allowing individuals to listen and collaborate better. The vibrations from chanting create inner peace, dissolving the need to dominate or compete destructively. This practice nurtures a cooperative spirit essential for harmonious work environments, helping tech leaders and teams move beyond ego driven conflicts towards collective success. How can reactivity be enhanced through the practice of mantra chanting and meditation, as demonstrated by tech innovators? Mantra chanting and meditation quiet the mind, enabling access to deeper intuitive creativity beyond conscious effort. Innovators in Silicon Valley often seek breakthroughs requiring out of the box thinking. These practices reduce mental noise and stress, clearing pathways for inspiration. Meditation activates the right brain, fostering novel ideas and solutions. Chanting energizes and focuses mental faculties, enhancing clarity and persistence. Together, they create a fertile inner environment for creativity, allowing tech pioneers to approach problems with fresh perspectives and sustained innovation vital for groundbreaking product development. How does the discipline of regular Sandhya Vandanam prepare tech leaders for daily challenges? Sandhya Vandanam's disciplined daily routine cultivates punctuality, mindfulness, and spiritual connection. For tech leaders in Silicon Valley facing unpredictable and intense challenges, this practice instills stability and calm. The ritual offers moments of reflection and grounding at fixed intervals, balancing hectic work with inner peace. It sharpens mental focus, helping leaders approach problems systematically and with equanimity. Regular Sandhya Vandanam nurtures resilience and clarity, empowering entrepreneurs to remain composed and effective throughout stressful days. How do Guru Pujas phases 1 and 2 support personal transformation necessary for startup leadership? Guru Puja phase 1 and phase 2 deepen the disciples' connection to wisdom and inner guidance. In Silicon Valley, where founders face rapid changes and self doubt, these rituals build spiritual strength and humility. Phase 1 of Guru Puja cultivates respect, and openness essential for learning, while phase two enhances surrender and trust in the process. Together, they foster inner transformation, helping leaders overcome ego and fear. The spiritual maturity enables balanced decision making, compassionate leadership, and sustained motivation, critical qualities for navigating the uncertainties of startup life. What role does the practice of Agni Karyam play in enhancing mental clarity and emotional balance for entrepreneurs? Agni Karyam's fire ritual symbolizes purification and transformation. Entrepreneurs in Silicon Valley often face mental clutter and emotional volatility. This practice helps burn away negative thoughts, fostering clarity and calm. It connects practitioners with cosmic energy, enhancing focus and inner strength. Agni Karyam supports emotional balance, reducing stress induced reactions and promoting constructive responses. By incorporating this ritual, founders cultivate a clear mind and a steady heart, enabling wise leadership and effective problem solving in high pressure situations. How can Upanayana be viewed as a symbolic initiation into responsible entrepreneurship? Upanayana represents a sacred commitment to knowledge, discipline, and ethical living. For entrepreneurs, it symbolizes entering a lifelong journey of learning and responsibility. In Silicon Valley, many jump into startups impulsively. This ritual reminds them to adopt humility, ethical standards, and continuous self improvement. It encourages viewing business as a sacred duty to serve society. This mindset fosters leaders who balance ambition with integrity, nurturing ventures that contribute positively to the world. How can Sandhya Vandanam and Mantra Japat and chanting sadhana together improve focus and emotional regulation during high stakes negotiations? Sandhya Vandanam's structured mindfulness and mantra sadhana's vibrational energy synergize to calm nerves and sharpen focus. Negotiations in Silicon Valley are intense and emotionally charged. These practices anchor attention, reduce anxiety, and foster patience. Mantra chanting and vibration soothe the mind, enhancing clarity and confidence. Together, they enable entrepreneurs to maintain composure, think strategically, and communicate effectively under pressure, improving negotiation outcomes and preserving relationships. How does the Art of Living's emphasis on seva or selfless service align with startup culture for larger societal impact? Seva nurtures humility, empathy, and a service mindset vital for startups aiming beyond profit. Silicon Valley founders often focus on disruption and growth, integrating Seva shifts priorities towards societal benefit. This alignment inspires ethical innovation, compassionate leadership, and community building. Practicing seva cultivates inner joy and resilience, balancing external challenges with the inner fulfillment. It reminds entrepreneurs their work can serve humanity, creating a more meaningful, sustainable tech ecosystem. In Silicon Valley, rapid pivots and failures are common. How does practice of Shakti Kriya Yoga help build resilience and adaptability in such a volatile